There it goes, ripping my ears out again. Are you thunderstruck? 106 here.
There is no such thing as AC/DC being too loud ever.
Really? Okay. But it is. But it is.
But it's not.
Okay. All right. Well, see, because I'm just sitting in, I guess, I can just deal with it for a day, couple of hours. It's 106, 107 here.
You'll
on
get
Super
used to
Talk
it, Sister
99.7.
Joan.
You think so?
Yeah.
I
You'll get used to getting thunderstruck.
Yeah.
Hey, just be glad the intro isn't Slayer.
So what I really need to do is remember to pot down the audio into my ear before it begins so that it doesn't I feel like I could just shoot up to the ceiling when it happens. Woo!
You only have to put up with it one more time.
Yeah. Oh, is that it? Okay. There you go. Yeah. All right. So guys, you're going to love this. There's a guy he's actually a manager at one of the daycare centers there in Minneapolis. And the owner apparently realizes that they're going to have to turn over some paperwork soon. And they're going to have to show bank records and things like that, like what's really happening in your daycare center. So he held a press conference and everybody is standing behind him with placards and they're nodding as he's talking. Listen to how this goes.
Yesterday morning, I was called by the owner because unfortunately someone came in to our daycare. We looked and saw what happened, and we saw that the suspect came in from the back, broke in from...
He's reading from a piece of paper, calling him a suspect. Don't tell me this wasn't pre-written before this guy got up there to before the cameras.
The back kitchen, and he also destroyed the wall to come in. As we walked around the daycare, we saw that our office doors was broken into as well.
Oh, here we go. The office door was broken into. What could possibly happen next?
We saw that, unfortunately, there was important documentation, enrollment of the children, and also employee documentation that was gone.
Oh my gosh, all the documentation, all the stuff that the state is going to ask for is gone. And of course, whoever comes in, that's the first thing they're going to be looking for. They're going to be looking for documentation.
There were also checkbooks that were ripped from our check papers that were ripped from our book.
Yeah, so of course now, and the check papers that were ripped are all the receipt side of the checks. So you just can't prove anymore that people, that they're paying their bills.
This is devastating news.
It's devastating.
And we don't know why this is targeting our Somali community.
Oh, they're targeting the Somali community. Folks, it's all about being Somali.
As one video made by a specific individual made this all happen.
It made it all happen.
We've been receiving hateful messages through our voice notes threatening us.
They're victims, They're victims.
Since the past couple of days. Including one that happened yesterday morning after the break-in. This is frightening and exhausting because this is happening to us Somali communities as Somali Americans.
And so when he says that, he puts his hand up to his chest like it's happening to us Somalis. I wonder if he realizes that at some point he's going to have to show the videos that he's talking about to the police. And the police are going to realize, this is a scam. This really didn't happen. And if it did, it was just his brother dressed up as a suspect who broke into the building. Okay, so let's get back to what Scott Pressler has also uncovered about the voters, people going into the polling places, and all they really have to do is say, hey, I can vouch for that guy. I've seen him in the neighborhood. I know he should be voting right here. I know he should.
500,000 voters, or nearly 19% of all voters in Minnesota, registered on Election Day. What? And did you know that former Senator Al Franken was elected by 312 votes? So I'm not alleging anything on the program, but what I am saying is that this vouching system, which clearly opens the door for potential fraud, could swing statewide elections. And when you find out that Al Franken was the 60th vote for the Affordable Care Act,
the one that's ending, the subsidies are ending for today,
these voter fraud insecurities could open the door to very real consequences. And I have breaking news that I have filed an email with the Minnesota Secretary of State, and I have submitted a data practices request to get the data of registrants, of people that vouched, and how many of those 500,000 voters actually came about because of vouching. And that's breaking news.
Yes. So he's going to be looking into it. I have to say, I don't know how far he's going to get because he's asking the state for their information. He's asking the state to go ahead and let him rummage through their voter rolls and try to piece things together. I don't think it's going to happen. In Alabama, voters without a photo ID can vote if 2 election officials sign an affidavit that attests that that voter is eligible and is on a poll list. In Alaska, an election official can waive the ID requirement and just say, yeah, you don't need to do that if they personally know the voter's identity. So anyone can go up to an election official and say, hi, Joe. And Joe can nod and say, oh, yeah, I know him. And there's not a limit. Like at least in Minnesota, there's a limit of just 8. That's crazy. In Iowa, voters without an ID can have another registered voter in the same precinct attest to their identity and their residency via a written oath. Kind of the same thing as is happening in Minnesota. In Kentucky, our neighbors to the north, if an election officer is a personal acquaintance, they can sign an attestation form to verify that the voter is someone they know. New Hampshire, an election official or a moderator, whatever that is, can review and verify a voter's ID if they lack a valid photo ID. I thought that the people who don't have an ID, and they keep saying that, you know, it's black people just can't get an ID. I thought they had no way to vote. Apparently, in all these places, they can just walk in without a voter ID and just vote. North Dakota, for absentee voting, and a tester, which is another qualified elector, can sign the application providing their own ID details. So somebody can walk in and another person can say, I got this, and just sign for them. In West Virginia, voters without an ID can be accompanied by an adult they've known for at least 6 months. How do you prove that? Who signs a sworn statement verifying their identity? Alternatively, a poll worker who has known them for at least 6 months can allow voting without an ID. That was in West Virginia. I mean, the fraud in voting can be rampant and unbelievable, but it's because these laws exist. Why don't we have laws that are like countrywide? You can only vote with an ID between, 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. on the day of voting. Can we get back to that? I mean, all fraud. It's insane. Now the fraud findings in these daycare centers and in these places, these healthcare centers, and I'm using hand quotes, the healthcare centers, it's spreading out. Other people are catching on to it. In Columbus, Ohio, there's a journalist, an independent journalist like those, kind of like Nick is doing it. His name is Thomas Hearn, and he was out in Columbus, Ohio, knocking on doors as well.
We are here at the Bonatti Child Care 2 LLC on Cleveland Ave in Columbus, Ohio at 5 p.m. On a weekday. It says that they are open from 6:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Sunday.
Pretty loud road noise there.
And, it's 5 p.m. right now, and we'll knock on the door and see if anyone's actually here. 5
p.m., you'd think everybody's picking up their kids, right?
Don't hear anything, no cars, and it's 5 p.m., so there would be, you would think, lots of pickups going on if this were actually a active childcare center. There is a camera right there. There's someone looking through now the corner, so she just popped through. I don't know if she's going to come out or not.
So somebody looks out the blinds.
Does not appear to be an actual daycare center, though, so should be some investigations going into this soon, hopefully. Hey, man, is this a child care center?
Oh, so this is the guy approaches his car. And, you know, the guy that approaches his car is obviously a Somali man. He comes from around the back of the building. And the first thing he does is he holds his camera up so that he can film this Thomas Hearn as he's asking questions.
Hey, is this a child care center?
Why are you recording?
I'm asking a question. Is this a child care center?
Why are you recording?
Is this a child care center?
No.
It's not.
Stop recording.
It's not a child. Why can't I record?
Stop recording. You're resisting.
Why?
Why you
You are resisting. You are What? You are resisting? What's he talking about?
recording?
Because I'm curious if this is a child care center.
Where you from?
I'm from Ohio.
No. Who's into you?
Me, I'm an independent person. I own my own company.
So you are a YouTuber, so you need the social media.
You are a YouTuber. You're on social media.
I represent myself.
We
have just reported you to the police, okay?
Okay, that's fine. I'm not breaking any laws.
You are resisting.
I'm not.
You're resisting.
I'm just asking, is this a child care center?
I know who you are.
Okay, is this a child care
You are
center?
a terrorist.
You are a terrorist. You are a terrorist.
You say I'm a
You are
terrorist?
resisting. I know who you are. Okay.
You said I'm I guess? Is that what you just said? Are there any kids in there? Is this an actual child care center? Okay, have a good one.
He called him effing gay. That's where the gaps in that audio was. That poor guy, I mean, all he did was knock on a door. And apparently, there are a lot of people who are doing that right now because of what Nick has brought to the table. Nancy in the borough. Hiya, Nancy. What are you doing tonight for New Year's Eve? We'll go light first, and then you can tell me what you called for.
Well, I'm actually leaving this afternoon to go meet friends close to Chattanooga.
Oh, wow. That sounds cool. What's happening in Chattanooga?
Well, it's not in Chattanooga. It's actually in Monteagle.
Okay. That's great.
Yeah.
So you're going to go party in Monteagle. I love it. Wait, Monteagle, isn't that the mountain?
Yes.
Yes. Ooh, yeah. That's a great place.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Okay, so tell me what you're calling for, Nancy.
Okay. I don't want people to forget, and this has been several years ago, the issues with all the Somalis in Minnesota, that the hotels were actually full of people. They were being given money, and over 600 Social Security numbers were given out.
Yes. Social Security numbers. They were getting vouchers for food and housing.
And cash, yes. I just didn't want people to forget that. But what my message is to the people in Middle Tennessee is we like people that are coming here to obey our laws and to be civil. And one thing that in particular that really bothers me is that there have been a tremendous amount of people that have moved to Nashville. And now we have a Democratic mayor. The handwriting is on the wall, people. We need to stop allowing people to move here and change our way of life and our culture.
Man, I think you've got a lot of people nodding their heads out there. You're speaking the truth, Nancy.
Well, like you said, I live in Murfreesboro, and a lot of people have started moving here. And another issue that I had, and I heard it yesterday, I don't remember whose show it was on, but the pricing of houses and that most people are renting. We have just recently been made aware that there is a 300-unit subdivision being built just down the road from me, and it's all rental. And when you go in these homes, which I have done, they are actually set up for multifamily situation.
Oh, so like multiple families can live within one unit?
Absolutely. Like there'll be 3 or 4 bedrooms, and each one will have their own bath. There is a common area for the kitchen. And I will say right now the area looks okay, But this has been a pretty devastating thing to our community because when you add that many cars just to a small area,
yes,
we're not able to handle all of that.
I think that they don't realize that they plan for the housing and then the infrastructure comes next. Like, why didn't they plan the infrastructure first? You got to get the roads in. You got to have the sewage and the piping and all kinds of stuff first. And then you build the housing.
I do hold some of our county people accountable for this, but it's not going to go anywhere.
Right.
That they allowed this to happen.
I'm so sorry, and I hear you. I mean, that's not something that you want in your neighborhood. Nancy, thanks for calling in, and I hope you have a blast, and be careful going down to Monteagle, but have a terrific New Year.
Thank you, Joan.
All right, take care, and Happy New Year to her. Okay, so coming up, there's also one of these new, independent journalists that took to the streets of Philadelphia, and I've got that coming for you up here next. It's 1:22. Oh, man, that flu. Going to get you. Well, part of the reason that the flu is spiking so badly is because, once again, they have a formulation for the vaccination that doesn't match what's happening, what's flying around in the air and giving everyone the flu. I mean, it's too hard for them to nail down, and they keep on telling everybody, oh, go get your flu shot. It doesn't match. And I feel like, Ken, don't you feel like this? Like every year we're saying, yeah, it doesn't match this year again.
Well, yeah. And again, the vaccine doesn't keep you from getting the flu. It just tamps it down a little bit.
Yeah.
And so, apparently this strain, they did not expect this strain. And so the vaccine that was rolled out, they say will give you a little bit of help. But this strain does not match the vaccine.
It's like whack-a-mole every year. Oh, we got this one. No, it's over here. Yeah. All right, Ken, thanks. Ken's coming up in just a couple of minutes. So we have another guy. His name is Frank Scales. He's an Instagrammer, so you're not going to find this guy on X, but you will find him on Instagram, and his site is called Surge Philly. He's another one of these independent journalists that's out there doing God's work and showing us what's going on. Here he is.
The Maternity Care Coalition is a nonprofit that got $23 million from the government to run daycares like this. So it is 2 p.m. This place is supposed to be open. It closes at around 4:30. We're going to try and buzz one more time to see if anybody opens up. Looking for childcare. Okay, so nobody's going to open. Okay, another entrance. Gonna knock again. Again, it's 2 p.m., so within operating hours, this place should be open. Little Frank needs childcare. Hello, childcare. Okay, so they didn't answer, so we're gonna call the number on their website, and let's see if they answer.
Listen to this.
Thank you for calling Maternity Care Coalition. We're closed for the Independence Day holiday.
It's a little bit cold for Independence Day.
Yeah, it's Independence Day. We're closed for the Independence Day holiday. Here he is out there shivering because it's the end of December and it's Philadelphia and it's cold out there.
Interesting.
Yeah, right? So these guys are popping up all over the place. And I mean, don't you just love to see it? I mean, there's people out there doing this work and trying to get to the bottom of what's going on in these obviously false places. Nick Shirley just did another podcast, the PBD podcast. Never heard of this one, but apparently it's popular. And so he just did another podcast. I'm going to give you a little bit of a taste of it here, and then we'll play more after the break. But again, going off the Josh Gerstein threat that came earlier today. No, I'm sorry. That came yesterday, the Josh Gerstein threat, when he said, and he's the Politico reporter, and Politico should be firing his butt or should have been fired already yesterday. Josh Gerstein tweeted out, at some point, the amateur effort to knock on doors of home daycares intersects with robust stand your ground laws. So obviously, he's gunning for this guy.
Have you gotten any threats, like actual death threats?
Yeah, well, in person and also.
Can you tell me about that? Like, are they messaging you saying, we're going to get you? What are they saying to you?
Yeah, like they're saying, oh, like, kirked. You're going to be kirked.
You're going to be kirked. They're telling Nick Shirley he's going to be kirked because he's out there exposing fraud He's out there trying to save your tax dollars. And they're telling him he's going to be kirked. It's amazing to me that this is the reception. You'd think that he'd be thanked by tons of people for doing what he's doing. I've got more of that interview that he did with this PBD podcast coming up right after the news. It's 1:30 here on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Welcome back to the Chad Benson Show here on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. I'm Joan sitting in for today. It's 1:36 here, and so we were on that PBD broadcast, the podcast, with Nick Shirley talking about how his life has been endangered by doing the work that he's doing. And I got to say, listening to him is one thing, but when you're looking at him, honestly, you can see in his eyes that I don't know if he's frightened or if it's just the reality has hit for him, that I guess he thought that there'd be a more grateful people out there for doing what he's doing, but there's not. What he's being met with is death threats. So we'll start it back in the beginning again, this PBD broadcast with Nick Shirley.
Have you gotten any threats, like actual death threats?
Yeah, well, in person and also...
Can you tell me about that? Like, are they messaging you saying, we're going to get you? What are they saying to you?
Yeah, like they're saying, like, kirked. You're going to be kirked.
You're going to be kirked. That's what they're saying to you.
Yeah, like you're the next, you'll be the next Kirk. And it's just like, are you kidding me? Because it's not even, like, I hate what's happening right now. Like, I feel bad for my family, honestly, because it's like, yeah, like, we didn't do anything wrong.
So it's not just him. And he's going to start in here to what's been happening to his family ever since he started this quest to find out what's going on with tax dollars at Somali daycare centers that aren't really existing.
And yet you guys are coming after me like I'm some sort of villain, right? So I'm like, my little sister's getting phone calls. I'm like, why are you guys doing this?
Your little sister's getting phone calls?
Yeah, from like the news. I'm like, okay, don't talk to my family. I mean, some news in India, they doxed my home, they doxed my dad, it was really weird. I haven't even told my dad about that because I just don't want to even bother him about it.
Well, Dad, you know now.
But like they put it, like it's just like, are you guys kidding me? Like, why are you guys coming after somebody for going against fraud? Like, I didn't make this a right or left issue. I just showed you guys that fraud was happening, and now you guys are coming after me. You're saying, I'll be the next Kirk. You're literally stopping at intersections and coming after me and trying to.
Poor guy can't even drive in his car. He's being stopped at intersections and recognized.
Attack me? Like, what? Why are you so evil? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, what? Why are you defending fraud? Do you like money being stolen? No. Then what are you doing? You're a racist. No, I'm not a racist. I'm just telling you what the facts are.
So, isn't that how it always goes? I mean, if you call people out, especially those on the left, for the things that are happening, for the things that are being done clearly in broad daylight before everyone's eyes, you're a racist. You're a racist. It's the first thing that is always declared when something like this happens.
You guys are stealing money from the people that are working hard here inside the United States. I was literally talking to a black man, and then the Somali man comes out, and he's also black. So I can't understand what they're thinking, calling me a racist. I'm having a great conversation with a black man, and then another black man comes up, and he's Somali descent, and he comes and attacks me for being a racist. I'm like, no.
And he's having a conversation. So, this does go back to Charlie Kirk. He's having a conversation. He's having a conversation with a black guy. Maybe the black guy wasn't in agreement with him. Maybe he was. But he's having a conversation, which is what we should all be doing. But instead, he gets bullied.
No, I'm not a racist. It's so stupid. And that's why the fraud has been able to happen for so long, because people like Tim Walz are afraid to be called racist. Afraid to be called racist. And me and my generation, we're over it. Like, we don't care.
Oh, I love that, buddy.
Like, we do not care. Call us a racist. I do not care, because I am not a racist. We're just seeing that prices of homes are so expensive. I don't even have a friend that can afford a home. People aren't getting married because of how expensive things are. And we're paying so much money in taxes. Most kids are, I'm lucky because I didn't go to college, but most kids are starting their life off behind the starting line. They're thousands of dollars in the debt. And so, yes, we're upset because you guys are stealing millions of dollars and getting rich, and then you're bragging about the white man working on TikTok. Who's actually the racist? You're the racist.
Oh, yeah. How about that truth? How about that truth? Let's see if we can back it up here a little bit.
Things are. And we're paying so much money in taxes. Most kids are, I'm lucky because I didn't go to college, but most kids are starting their life off behind the starting line. They're thousands of dollars in the debt. And so, yes, we're upset because you guys are stealing millions of dollars.
Yes.
And getting rich, and then you're bragging about the white man working on TikTok. Who's actually the racist? You're the racist. You're the one saying the white man. You work, white woman. You work, white man. We're sick of it. Nobody cares. Like, stop committing fraud. If you're going to be here, be happy to be here and work hard like we're working hard.
Yeah.
Whether you're black, Mexican, Asian, white, just go and work. And don't start playing this victim card and start trying to make things political about money, for instance, or don't get mad at people for making money. Like, that's why America is the greatest country in the world, is because of capitalism. And we had 250 years to do it. All these other countries had thousands of years to do it, but they didn't do it. That's why we have to protect what's ours.
I'm so grateful for him. And that's what he's doing. He's doing what politicians refuse to do. He's protecting what it is that we take home a paycheck. The government's already taken their share, and he's helping to protect that. Nick Shirley, man, he should be president or something. There was another one. I'm not going to do that one yet. Okay, so there was another fraud that's been uncovered recently, and this one has to do with the housing and urban development. And HUD just found out that there was $5 billion in fraudulent payments in 2024 alone under Joe Biden. The payment error of over 11%. So this is from Fox News, just reported the $5.2 billion to inactive accounts. Oh, my goodness. $77 million to deceased tenants. $150 million to non-existent Social Security numbers. Wonder where they got them. $288 million to excessively high rent. We need a DOGE for housing. It's unacceptable. The HUD secretary says, his name is Scott Turner. I'm sure you've seen him talking recently. HUD will continue to investigate the shocking results. We'll take appropriate action to hold bad actors accountable. Additionally, the department is advancing efforts made under President Trump's first administration to strengthen program integrity and to ensure that taxpayer-funded assistance serves vulnerable communities that it was intended for. Like, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. That's more of our tax dollars that we continue to pay. We shell it out, we shell it out, we shell it out. And there's always somebody on the other side willing to take it in and run and they don't deserve it. I don't understand why Nick is getting all these death threats when we should be boosting him. And hopefully the poor guy is surrounded by people who are protecting him. Here's another one. And you know what? I didn't go ahead and listen to this first. So, Belle, I think you need to be on the dump button for the just in cases here. Another case of citizen journalism. This is CBS found that there were 4 children. Okay, so CBS accidentally proved that a Somali daycare is actually committing fraud. They were trying to disprove Nick Shirley, which is something that CNN has also been trying to do. And instead, they found out that there were only 4 children there. Taxpayers were paying for 40 children to be in this location. So here you go. This is also from Nick's order.
Is this daycare committing fraud?
No, we're not committing fraud.
Hassan showed us security footage from the same day Shirley was here. According to the timestamps in the videos, this woman takes a young child into the center at around 9 a.m. that day, about 3 hours before Shirley arrives at the door closer to the street. Within the hour after Shirley leaves, a woman arrives at the other door with a stroller. A larger family heads inside a few hours later.
Is this daycare committing fraud?
No, we're not committing fraud.
Hassan showed us security.
So they're doing the in the front door and out the back door. That's unbelievable. And so CBS just proved that Nick Shirley is telling the truth. That's crazy. So there's just so much more that we're going to uncover. I think this is going to be spread far and wide, and we're going to find out that there's so much more of it than we even know of right now. We're going to keep an eye on it. We're going to be, there may be other things that I'm able to find because as the day goes on, there's more videos that get released, but I'll keep on top of that. We'll keep on bringing some of it to you. On the lighter side, we're all thinking about tonight, what we're going to be doing for New Year's Eve, but tomorrow is New Year's Day and we're going to be sitting around holding our bellies, just eating. And more of the Christmas cookies that are left over. There's something on TV.
I'll do some day drinking.
You're going to do some day drinking. I can always count on you, Belle, to come up with something really, creative to do tomorrow. Are you going to be day drinking over there, Mr. Ken?
I'll be watching football.
Oh,
and
okay.
probably doing a little day drinking.
So what's on tomorrow? What football game is on tomorrow?
Let's see here. Tomorrow, where are we at here? It's going to take me a minute because I've got to scroll through.
And there's a game that's being played locally today, right?
Yeah. So tomorrow will be the playoff games.
Okay. Oh, okay.
That'll be the college football playoff game.
I
so
see.
You've got Georgia and Ole Miss, Ohio State and Oregon, I believe, and then Indiana and Alabama will be playing. There's one tonight. Now, the game that's being played right now is Vanderbilt and Iowa. And Vandy was trailing 24-10. Now they are trailing 30-17.
Oh, ouch.
With 13:35 to go in the fourth quarter.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's not good. So, and I was incorrect. It's Miami that will be playing Ohio State in today's only college football playoff game.
Gotcha.
But then you have 3 other playoff football games tomorrow. That includes Georgia and Ole Miss out of the SEC. And, boy, this is taking a long time to scroll down to get to where these are.
See,
Okay.
I asked because I know you guys talk football.
Football.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be Oregon and Texas Tech in the Capital One Orange Bowl.
Okay.
Alabama, the Crimson Tide against Indiana in the Rose Bowl. And Ole Miss and Georgia in the All-State Sugar Bowl.
That sounds cool. You're Oklahoma. You're an Oklahoma guy, right?
Yep, and we were eliminated by the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, well.
So does that mean that you now root for the Crimson Tide because they were that good that they beat your team, or do you hate them enough that you would do anything to, root for the other team?
I want the Crimson Tide to go all the way.
Okay. That's good.
And, yeah, because then I'm validated. Then I'm saying, see, they beat everybody else, too.
I went to William Patterson University in northern New Jersey. There is no football team. I don't have any skin in the game for any of these teams.
Well, in Oklahoma, the Sooners for a long time were about the only thing they had going there. We have no pro team in Oklahoma, except now we have an NBA team that actually won the NBA title last year and is still doing good.
Yeah.
You got the Oklahoma State Cowboys. They've got a good following, but the Sooners they were the main show there in Oklahoma, and really still are when it comes to football.
Cool. Well, maybe I'll watch some football just because it's on and it's the thing to do on New Year's Day.
Yeah. Well, you're an Eagles fan.
I am. Are they playing
Does
tomorrow?
your husband watch football?
You know what? We used to watch a lot of football when they started the kneeling crap and Colin Kaepernick and all of that. We started backing away from it, and then they, the rainbows in the end zone and on the helmets, and we were like, we're done. Can't they just play football and, beat each other up? That's why I really like hockey. Hockey's fun. Yeah.
Well, and, your Eagles are the Super Bowl champs.
Yes, they are.
Super Bowl champs.
They are. So we'll see if they can do it again, although they're not quite as sharp as they used to be.
Yeah,
I don't think.
They were able to hold off Buffalo the other night. Boy, Buffalo made a great comeback.
But they did make a good cut. No, I watched that game.
Went for 2.
Yeah, it was touch and go there for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, there is something else that's on tomorrow that you may want to watch. It
What
may
is that?
actually, I'm not going to tell you until after.
Oh.
Yeah, we come back, but it's something that may actually have you watching CNN. I know nobody watches CNN, but tomorrow you might do it because there's something interesting on. It's coming up here right after we take this break. It's 1:51 at Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Yeah, here we are. It's 1:56 on the Chad Benson Show, and I'm Joan Jones sitting in today. One thing that may actually have you watching CNN tomorrow is this documentary that they're airing on Chevy Chase. It'll air, I'm not sure what time it's actually on. It's called I'm Chevy Chase and You're Not. Yeah, but this is not going to be a good it's not going to make him look good. Now, from the reviews that I've read, it says that it features him in the way he actually was, as being a combative person who got along with absolutely nobody on the sets. He used offensive language. He clashed with his colleagues on the set. He was a pariah. They didn't want him on the set. Daily Mail said that he sits for the interviews, but the interviews are kind of uncomfortable to watch, too. I didn't know this. I mean, I think that there were a lot of people that were cocaine addicts in the 1970s, but he was, which made him just that much more unlikable. And I didn't realize this, but he wasn't invited to the 50th anniversary show for Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, they, him or Dan Aykroyd.
Wow.
Which I don't understand the Dan Aykroyd.
No, he seems like a really likable guy. Probably just the opposite of Chevy Chase. But Chevy Chase's real name is Cornelius. I think that is hysterical. Cornelius. Who names their kid that? Anyway, you may want to watch that tomorrow. It would fill up a good couple of minutes of your time, and it would actually have you watching CNN like maybe you haven't done in the longest time. Today, The Federalist is out with its biggest media scandals, the media hoaxes of 2025. I just love this list. So they've got a whole list of them. Elon the fascist is their first one. So it didn't take long, they said, after President Trump was sworn into office for them to start picking up right where they left off after his first term. And of course, they were every time. Do you remember when Elon held up his hand and he was like saying thank you to everyone? And they said, oh, there it is. There's the Nazi salute. Yeah, he's a Nazi. That was just insane.
African-American Nazi.
Right. Anti-Hegseth campaign. So you could see this comment. I mean, the way they went after Pete Hegseth was insane. The things that they said about him, how they confronted him, the endless stories about he was boozing it up. And we knew way too much about his personal life, which, you know, he's married now and he loves his wife. And we all have things in the past that we don't want to deal with. But they seem to just dredge it all up for him. There were so many more, the endless stories from the left in 2025 that made us all kind of scratch our heads. We've got a couple more of them coming up for you after the top of the hour here on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.